Well, hi. Welcome back to the garden. Today is Saturday, September 10th, and you know what Saturdays mean. We're going to do a quick review of this garden, then we're going to go to you, and we're going to celebrate what's going on in your garden. If you're new to my story, welcome. You've stumbled on a story of a guy who got tired of weeding, and through my research, I stumbled upon a philosophy I really like. If I don't want to do it, and I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it, and that's how I approached weeding. I also didn't want to put chemicals on the garden. So what do? So then what do you do? For the last 4 years, I've done an experiment with this deep mulch. This story is the last 2.5 years. This is the 4th summer I've used this deep mulch, and it appears I don't have to weed much, if at all. And it also ties in with the soil food web. You know, the life in the soil that feeds your plants? The mulch feeds that life feeds your plants. And this is the result. I thought people might be interested, and when I started this story, the trouble happened in the world, and I asked people to come garden with me. Yeah, metaphorically, that way we could all get outside and enjoy some sun. Now, every Saturday is dedicated to you and celebrating what's going on in your garden. And I invite you to join this community. It's a loose-knit community of people that like to get their hands dirty and grow things that taste good. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few. We start today off with Nora and more of her wonderful landscape and borders. Even with the long, hot, dry spell, Nora's blooms show the special care she takes with her plants. Lovely as always, Nora. Thank you for sharing. Scott's lotus gave him one last blossom for the year, and his cantaloupe are ripening nicely in their hammocks. Thank you, Scott. This is great. Weren't those terrific? One of the things we've been following in this garden all summer long is this patch of sweet potatoes. Right over there, I planted a slip off the giant sweet potato from last year. It had no roots. We're going to see if a giant sweet potato slip makes a giant sweet potato. I keep telling you, if you don't like that joke, you better leave a comment, or I'm going to keep doing it. Seriously, we're about ready to start harvesting towards the end of this month. I hope I see you there for that. One of the other things that we've been doing this month is we planted September seeds. We're following their progress. And these carrots are doing really, really well. You can do this too. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more. Art's okra is now towering over 8 feet, and his hot peppers are loving this summer cool down. Is that another asparagus I see? Those roots are going to produce really well for you next year. I also see your September seeds have sprouted. The rest of your garden is producing nicely. Thank you, Art, for the update. This is great. Denise also made it through the hot, dry summer, and her okra and peppers are doing really well. Even those tomatoes are starting to put on and ripen. That is great. She said she was going to use more deep mulch next year. Denise, we can't wait for more of your ideas and inspiration. Thank you for sharing. These are truly inspiring. Please leave a comment down below and let everybody know how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their garden. I do invite you to join us. Just email me at waylandsmalley5@gmail.com. The address is in the description box below. Let's take a look at a couple more. What a bumper pepper harvest Walter is having this year. And such variety. I mean, look at that. You got green bell peppers all the way to super hots. That's why we do it. It tastes great. And one of the dishes that he's making is sriracha. Walter, that looks very, very tasty. Thank you for the inspiration and for making me hungry. Jeremy, are you going to eat that or take it to the fair? That's a giant. Thanks for the update. Valerie has had several rounds of successful production this year. She's got sprouts and seeds ready for rounds 6 through 8. I'm joking a little bit, but Valerie's succession program keeps fresh food coming in constantly. Texas has also been pretty hot this summer. Good news from the forecasters. Cool air should make it all the way to the Gulf by Monday. Well, I put more faith in Valerie's container garden than I do in the forecast. Valerie, thank you for all the great ideas and the inspiration and participating in this community. Those are as tremendous as this watermelon. Not quite ready to harvest. This just goes to show you, you never want to give up. I thought this vine was a goner. The aphids and the spider mites, they did a number on this. But when we released the ladybugs, they took care of that in pretty quick order. There's another little one, but there's one that's starting pretty good. And we also have another decent watermelon that made it through the attack. As the seasons change and summer gives way to fall, I know there's a lot of gardens that are finishing up. My message to you, try 1 foot thick or thicker deep mulch and let it go till spring. You'd be surprised at the success you'll have next year. Now we intend to put out cold frames and eat out of this garden all winter long just like we had the last 2 years. You're invited to join us on that journey. The hard work of our friends and neighbors inspires me to get up and do this every day, and I do invite you to join this group. Send us some photos so we can celebrate what's going on in your garden. I do want to thank you for stopping by the garden and helping celebrate our friends and neighbors' successes in their gardens. I also want to thank YouTube for giving us a voice. Now I don't get to pick my advertisers, but I sure do appreciate them. And you'd help me out if you took a look at some of their advertising. There's some links below too that would help me out if you wanted to check those out. Those are almost ready to harvest. Until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.